What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, Daniel Roden, Apache Overlord, Alec Eccentric, Tech Snow, Ross Lingard, and John. Thank you all so much for your support, and if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to check out the link down below to find out more. Thanks again.
I have two microphones.
But you are only allowed to use one.
That's not fair.
The world's not ready for that, Nick.
I guess not.
I mean, do you really want to blow their ears out?
Kinda.
And then we would have no followers after that.
I don't know. Some people think that shit's funny for some reason, hence memes.
Yeah, the ear rape memes, those are
a thing that people do for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know why. Oh well.
Comedy.
If that's what you want to call it. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to yet another episode of Renegades React. Today we're going to be watching some more Attack on Titan. We are now on episode 8 of Season 2, The Hunters. So, when last we left our heroes, we pretty much were left with our pants down because Reiner and Berthold were Titans. And not only that, but they fought Eren, and Eren pretty much had Reiner right where he wanted him, was about to break him out of his armor, and then Berthold was just like... the bastard
cheated.
No, and then Berthold was just like, oh yeah, I'm tired. Just fell off the wall and crushed Eren, and now Eren, from what it looks like, has had his arms cut off. What a way to start a conversation. And he is now surrounded by people who he thought were his friends, but in truth have been his mortal enemies.
I forgot.
Oh, and then there's Ymir.
We were talking about how they transform, and I forgot, like, people were reminding me in the comments that you have to have a clear objective to turn into a Titan.
Yes.
And something spilled blood and something we haven't found out yet that I don't know about, so don't spoil that.
Yeah, no spoilers. So, yeah, with all that said, I mean, we still don't know almost anything about the Beast Titan other than the fact that it can speak full coherent English, and it's still out there somewhere.
Which makes me wonder because if they're turning people into Titans, like I suspect they be, and that they're strongly hinting they are.
Yes, they are.
I don't feel like those people have a clear objective, so I feel like maybe that's why they don't turn into sentient Titans, per se.
Probably
they're
not.
More mindless because maybe they turned against their will into Titans.
Well, as I think you've noticed probably as much as I have, as the series has gone on and Eren's objective has become more clear and he's become more determined,
he gets more control.
Yeah, not only that, but he could fully understand the commander, and looked over at her and nodded his head. And the commander about creamed her britches when she realized, holy shit, I'm talking to a Titan and he understands me.
Yeah.
And
I'm pretty sure she did actually do that.
Okay, let's
just her character.
Let's get off this subject and turn it back around to where we're back on track. Or where were we on track to begin with? I don't really know. Either way, some shit happened in the last episode, and I'm wondering how the hell it's going to get resolved. That being said...
That's pretty much every episode of this show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And here we were, left, for how many years? 2-3 years? Without anything...
Yeah.
Between the wait for season 1 and season 2.
Oh, and then I waited really, really long anyways after it finally did come out, just because the fan base got toxic as hell.
Oh, well, that goes without saying, dude. Any fan base out there that goes unchecked and is just left to ruin itself, it will, because that's just how fan bases are. That's how they always do it. I mean, hell, a lot of people say, "Oh, Rick and Morty, it's not the same anymore." I mean, the fans ruined it for me. I'm like.
Why do you let people ruin a good thing for you? That doesn't make sense.
No, to me, that shouldn't let something ruin it for you. If anything, the show should ruin it for you. And
if anything, I take time off from things like this, and like I did with, I played Undertale very late, and I'm glad I did, because I got to play it after I didn't have to hear about it, basically, outside of playing it.
Same thing with me, because when I started playing Undertale, I hit right at the tail end of like the ultra fanaticism like I told you that one story about that guy who sent me a private email that had his sorry, there was an at that had his Undertale cross fiction that had him and Sans winding up together, and and it was very. I got to like the first sex scene between him and Sans, and I'm just like, okay, no,
I'm good on this.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. Like if that's what you like, if you like smut, good for you. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to do that, but it's just not for me. And he flips the fuck out and pretty much just tells me, that I'm trash, that I shouldn't, that Undertale isn't for me. The fandom is so much more deep than I'd ever understand, and this and that. And I was like, if that's the depth you're talking about, I don't want any part of it.
Yeah.
But that's not what
I don't
Undertale
go that
is.
deep into anything, man.
No, that's not what Undertale is.
Not even Dark Souls.
No, because Toby Fox in certain cases has been surprised with how rabid the fan base is for Undertale, because they try and turn it into something for them, about them, versus it being its own piece of art that's to be interpreted as a piece of art by Toby Fox.
It's like the same thing with Andrew Hussey and Homestuck, I think. I think he got kind of trolly with it towards the end from what I heard, because he kind of got sick of the fans. Yeah,
maybe. Nick, I think we just answered our own question about why the hell Season 8 sucked for Game of Thrones.
Could be.
Maybe. I mean, maybe Weiss and Benioff were just like...
They just got sick of the fans.
Fuck it. Yeah, they just got sick of the fans, and all the fans saying, this is how you need to end the show. This is how you need to end the show. He's like, and they're like, you know what?
Just fuck all your fan theories.
They just took a big massive shit all over the script and said, fuck all y'all, we're out.
Pretty much.
We're going to go make Confederate now. And they are.
Very possible.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're going to make Confederate.
Well, that's very possible. That was their thought process.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. No, they're going to make Confederate.
I don't feel like the Game of Thrones fan base was that toxic from what I saw, but then again, I got in very, very late.
Yeah.
So.
Dude,
yet again, if you get in late to something, you're more likely to be able to enjoy it without the fans ruining it for you.
Season 3 through Season 6, the fans could not be contained. Literally. Even Season 7, it was bad. But, and I guarantee you, they just got sick, and maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not trying to defend what they did. I still hate them for ruining Season 8 and parts of Season 7, but whatever. What happened, and maybe circumstances presented itself to where they would do that, and they did it. But either way, that's Game of Thrones. This is Attack on Titan. We're going to get to this episode.
Just like, at least George is making a game with Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Oh, dude. I'm happy about that. Because Miyazaki and Martin working together, it's a match made in heaven.
I'm stoked.
It's ultra dark fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
High dark fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, that's going to be amazing.
It's probably going to be very sad, too. But
probably.
It always is.
Well, Miyazaki and Martin, dude. Yeah. Martin kills every character you love. If there's a character you love, he either kills them with a knife or kills them with dialogue.
Miyazaki does basically the same thing.
Yeah, except he kills them with gameplay and
he usually leaves
open-ended references at the end of the game.
He usually leaves the waifus alive for the most part. You always have the option to kill them. You can't kill the waifu in 3, actually. She just comes back.
Oh, and also you can't kill the doll in Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you can do that either.
No.
I never tried. But...
Well, from what I understand, the doll... does the doll die at the end of Bloodborne? I forget.
I don't see.
I think if you get the true ending, she doesn't, but if you don't, maybe she does.
It doesn't directly show her die in any of the endings that I know of.
It's same here. God, okay, we need to stop. We need to get on to Attack on Titan. Here we go. Sorry about that.
Okay, I don't remember.
This is pretty much them going to hunt Eren.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. The last shot we saw of Eren was he had his arms cut off in the forest with Reiner, Berthold, and Ymir.
So we did do 8 for sure.
Yes, we did. That's why I saw that.
I thought so.
I saw that and I'm like, well, fuckles.
Well, I didn't get to do my... Hang on. I was going to do a song when we started this one because we're on episode 9. I was going to be like, better watch out, try not to die. The Titans are coming and they'll eat you alive. Season 2, episode 9.
Okay.
I was going to do that when we started this, but...
Oh, there we are.
Didn't know we were on.
I know this is I know, guys. I'm pausing a lot.
Sorry.
No, here's the thing. I know there are going to be people at the beginning of this episode saying, "We already watched episode 8." Guess what? We figured it out by now. Don't skip everything. Jesus Christ. There we go. This is exactly where we left off.
Yeah.
Eren, 見ろよ。私もこの通りだ。お互い今日は辛い日だな。
ユミル、慌ててうなじに噛みついたら、お前の両腕をないがしろにしちまったんだ。
そうか。俺は負けたのか。
Only because Bertold pulled the meteor move. Question.
やめろ！
まあ待てよ、エレン。よく周りを見てみろ。ここはウォールマリア内にある巨大樹の森だ。壁からだいぶ離れたところにあるらしい。くつろいでいるように見えるが。
He's just lounging there, just like, sup?
Definitely looks like an abnormal.
Yep.
十分脅威だ。
Look at that one. He's like,
he's creeping.
Yeah, he's like, don't mind me.
Hey, that one's a scaredy cat. I bet
Yeah,
he'll still come to eat you if you come down from the tree.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just gonna eat you if you fall out the tree.
Yeah.
Nom nom. That one right there looks rather delicious. The blonde one.
Yeah.
I could gobble him up just right. Mm. And that tall one, I bet he's stringy. I'll skip him. As for the other two, they're missing bits, but I can work with that.
Jesus.
All right, back to it. Sorry, I had to get my comedic thing out.
一体起動装置をつけてやがる。ライナーのはお前がつけてたやつだよ。
Yeah, so basically they're planning to kill them if they turn into Titans.
Yep.
あいつらも同じことができる上に火の高いところに逃げる。
いや、
Be kind of cool if they kept those marks on their face permanently.
そんな都合のいい代物じゃねえのさ。
I think the only time that happens is if they're ripped out.
Yeah, I think so, but it'd just be cool if they stayed.
Yeah. Pretty much be like the mark of a Titan.
なあ、ライナー。エレンが目を覚ましたら話すって言ってたろ。あんたたちはこれから私らをどうするつもりなんだ。
俺たちの故郷に来てもらう。ここで今俺らが殺し合ったって、弱ったところを他の巨人に食われるだけだ。つまり巨人が動かなくなる夜まで俺たちはここにいるしかねえのさ。
鎧の巨人のまま走って故郷に帰らず、こんなところに立ち寄った理由は何だ。疲れたから休憩してんのか。
お前の想像に任せる。
去るのはそんなに難しいことじゃないように思える。だがそもそも俺はまともに巨人化できるのか。ライナーができないというように。
単純に夜になるのを待ってるってことか。
それもあるかもな。
いや、そもそも夜にならなくたって、俺らの体が治りきるのを奴らが待ってるはずがない。あの後みんなどうなった？調査兵団は？まさかこっちに向かって。
Ah, damn it, I just realized something. Instead of calling it Operation Meteor, I should just call it Operation Titanfall.
Right.
Damn it, that makes a whole lot more sense. Why didn't I think of that?
でねえよな。そんなことしたらみんな無事じゃ済まないぞ。
つうか、あの城の巨人は夜なのに平気で動いてたぞ。ここの巨人はどうだ。
ここの巨人は夜には動けない。
俺と同じで何も知らないってわけでもなさそうだが、味方なのか。こいつの目的もよくわからない。
So many questions.
情報を集める。まずできるだけこいつらから情報を引き出して、この状況を切り抜ける。を噛み殺せ。体を修復しろ。
Not something Aaron's really used to doing.
Yeah.
He's not really used to, like, keeping his cool. He's
Oh yeah, those with the power to become a Titan possess an inherent ability to regenerate.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I remember that.
ライナー、水はないのか。どうにかしないとこのまま干からびて死ぬぞ。
確かにそれは死活問題だが、この状況じゃ手に入れるのは無理だ。昨日の午前からだったか。巨人が湧いてからずっと働き詰めじゃねえか。ろくに飲まず食わずで何より寝てねえ。まあ幸い壁は壊されてなかったんだからいいと思うんだがな。
He's still talking like he's a member of the scouts.
ライナーさんよ。
I think that's what he's talking about.
何を言ってんだあんた。
お、なんだよ。そんでもってその後のクリスタなんだが、ありゃどう見ても俺に気があるよな。おい、実はクリスタはいつも俺に対して特別な。おい！ふざけてんのか。は？何怒ってんだよエレン。俺が何かまずいこと言ったか。殺されてんだろ普通にそう言え。
Sorry, I'm not saying much. Just like, kind of at a loss for words. Like, I don't understand.
兵士じゃないだろう。僕らは戦士なんだから。ライナー、何を。おい、なんで。
Something that makes him suppress what he really is.
そうだったな。
The dude's fucking insane.
I think he is.
なんだそりゃ。
It's like a split personality
なんとなくだ
almost.
が分かった気はするぞ。
Glad you
おかし
have.
いと思ったよ。本来は壁の破壊を目的とする戦士だったが、兵士を演じて生活するうちにどちらが本来の自分か分からなくなった。いや、そう思い込むようになったんだ。その結果、心が分裂し、記憶の改ざん、話が噛み合わなくなることが多々あったって様子だな。ベルトルさんの呆れ顔を見るに。
血を閉じろ。
There he is.
悪かったよ。詮索が過ぎたな。
つもりだ。あの日どういうつもりで俺たちの話を聞いてたんだ。なあベルトルト、お前だよ腰巾着野郎。お前が蹴り破った扉の破片が俺の家に直撃したから母さんは逃げらんなかったんだって知ってんだろ。話したもんな。
あの時は気の毒だと思ったよ。
That's it?
お前らは兵士でも戦士でもねえよ。ただの人殺しだ。何の罪もない人たちを大勢殺した大量殺人鬼だ。
んなことを分かってんだよ。
分かってんのか人殺しが。
その人殺しに何を求めてんだよお前は。反省してほしいのか、謝ってほしいのか、それでお前は満足かよ。もうお前が知る俺らはいねえんだ。
Fucking tool bags, man.
Yeah, he is.
そうだな。俺がまだ甘かったんだ。できるだけ苦しんで死ぬように努力するよ。
そんなガキみたいなこと言ってるようじゃ期待できねえよ。
ああ。
なあ、ライナー。
Ymir seems like a cynic of the whole situation.
の猿を。
なんだ
The Beast Titan.
ああ聞け。その猿って獣の巨人が今回の騒ぎの元凶だよ。壁の中に巨人を発生させたんだ。
何を知ってる？知ってること全部話せ！
待てよ。私にもいろいろ都合があるんだから。
なんだよ都合って！
エレ、あの二人をやっつけて終わりだと思ってんのなら、それは大きな勘違いだ。
そこまで分かってんなら身の振り方考えろ。お前次第ではこっち側に来ることも考えられるだろう。
信用しろって？無理だな。そっちは私を信用できない。
冗談言ってるように見えるかもしれんが、クリスタだけは何とかしたいという思いを俺たちが受け入れられないと思うか。
What? I don't
You're full of shit.
もエレンの力の方が頼りになるのか。
You gotta
お前は
be
エレン
kidding
を利
me.
用して、だがクリスタ一人くらいなら俺たちで何とかできるかもしれない。
Don't be fooled by it.
自分
Why the fuck would you think that they would be willing to help her?
世界に先がないってなんだ？猿ってなんだ？どういうことだ？
There's a lot of questions, Aaron.
おい言えよ！
さあな。
決まりだ。残念だったな、エレン。
Guess who's here?
調査兵団がも
くそ、ユミルのやつここへ来て、すれば日没だ。
Ah, damn it. Son of a bitch. Oh.
That was a weird episode.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's just... Honestly, there's... You know, whenever you talk about conflicts, there's always the sides of the conflicts and their goals. We know what humanity's goal is. Reclaim the Earth from the Titans. We don't know dick about the Titans' goals.
For the way they made it sound, their goal is to wipe out humanity.
Well, either that or there's something else going on. I mean, I'm thinking there's more to it than just wiping out humanity. I think because the Titans themselves subsist on humanity in some ways. Because how else are you going to create more Titans?
What if it's possible that... Okay, this is just a random, like, basically baseless theory I'm throwing out, but it's weird how they're doing this, like, and some of the shit that they're saying and stuff, and how they like, want the best for Krista and stuff. What if they're, like, actually a rebel group that's trying to overthrow the government of the place that the humans live?
What if? I mean, that might be a possibility. I mean, dude...
I just don't see what good it did for them to kick in a wall and allow Titans to eat innocent people, basically, if that's what they were trying to do. It would have made more sense for them to go to the inner city and kick in the middle wall.
Well, I think maybe that's what they were working for. Maybe Berthold and Reiner were sent in to do that. Because you got to think, the world has gotten a lot smaller since the first wall was kicked in. I think their mission was clear, and they did do that, and they did do that, and they were dedicated to doing that to the next wall. But then, in order for them to truly fit in, not only fit in, but to get more information about the wall and the government and how everything operates, I think maybe they enjoyed the camaraderie of being scouts. Maybe they enjoyed the camaraderie of being scouts, and maybe they enjoyed being friends with Aaron, being friends with Mikasa, being having little rivalries and all that. Maybe they enjoyed it and they forgot about. And I think Reiner, maybe who was in command of the whole thing, kind of forgot about his mission. And I think what the Beast Titan is the second step. I think maybe they figured by now the second step would be completed by now.
It could be it. He was the. They were like, okay, we didn't hear back from them, so I guess they died on their attack.
Well,
so I guess
I think when they realized, because how the big climax of the first season was the battle against Annie. I think Annie acted on her own, and it sort of woke up Reiner and Berthold. And I think Annie realized that she needed to do that in order to get them back on track to kick in the next wall. And thus, when the Colossal Titan appeared again outside of the second wall, that's when they thought, oh, this is the next step of the plan, and then we're going to move on to the inner wall. And then a big wrench was thrown into that plan in the form of one Eren Yeager. I think Eren throwing the boulder up there and thus completely cock blocking their plans effectively made them change their plans, and also called into question, will this plan work? I think maybe that's what Reiner's going through, and without Annie there to really push him forward, because Annie's a very direct person, very direct, and she's probably the best fighter out of all of them hand to hand. But Reiner and Berthold both have huge advantages, because Reiner is armored, and Annie can armor herself, but not entirely over like Reiner can. And Berthold is just colossal. He's the Colossal Titan. He holds probably the biggest trump card of all. I'm just going to kick the fucking wall in.
So I guess basically how you could like it doesn't make a lot of sense if you're not thinking about it the right way, but you could justify this could be like a rebel group that's trying to get to the government, because you would think, all right, well, they're humans that could just sneak into the innermost district where all those people live at night, and then transform and eat the clergy and the government and whoever they thought that was doing a bad job and stuff. But if they did, they would have the entire army after them, and it would be nearly impossible to get back out alive. So maybe part of their plan was to try to kick in the outer walls to cause enough chaos and widespreadness of the military to give the opportunity to do something like that. And that could be a thing. Maybe. Possibly.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
I mean, I could be completely off track. That's just something I just thought of finally.
Yeah, and then there's also...
It's like, there's just so many shows that do stuff like this and then all of a sudden flip it on its head, and it's like, oh, the bad guys are the good guys, actually, and it's like, it could end up happening.
Well,
but
it's all a matter of perspective.
But this is not even really a bad guys or the good guys, it's just the bad guys may actually have a point, maybe?
Yeah, well, and honestly, that's what makes some of the best villains. It's like Killmonger from Black Panther.
Yeah.
In some ways, I was rooting for Killmonger because he was wronged. And how he was treated was wrong. Now, do I agree with his final solution, his final plan? Hell no.
Yeah.
He wanted a violent overthrow of all the governments of the world, and Wakanda at the head of it, because he thought Wakanda knew what was best. And there's a saying that in wars, every side thinks they're right.
Yeah.
Every side of a war thinks they're right. That's just like Germany. Germany knew it was their destiny to rule the world and lead it in the best direction.
Why the fuck would you fight for something that you knew you were wrong about? That hard by sending your entire population to fight,
Exactly. Which is why America, ever since Vietnam, ever since Korea and Vietnam, the American public has always been distrusting of the federal government and are not as willing to fight as we used to. Because it's now, instead of knowing who the enemy is 100%, instead we're lied to a lot of the times and stuff's made up.
Yep.
Whereas we knew Hitler was a bad man. I mean, history, all the evidence we had back then and the history that we now know speaks volumes of that. It speaks how it is. But for my money, man, I wouldn't put it past this show to pull something like that, where it's a complete 180 of the whole situation, and thus that's just like Ymir. I wonder what Ymir's whole thing is. I mean, I know her big thing is she wants to protect Krista, but Krista, I mean, the thing with Krista is that she, maybe Ymir loves her. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she does. I'm pretty sure she has
maybe that's her primary modus operandi. It's her primary MO that she loves Krista. I mean, maybe that's it, or maybe there's something more there with Krista. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's
the
so many
whole
unanswered
we found
questions.
out that Krista was like a noble of some sort.
A bastard noble, yeah. But at the same time, what can she do? Yeah. I mean, if the royalty is already in place, I mean...
That might be a thing, is like, though they think that they could overthrow the current royalty and put Krista in charge somehow, maybe.
Oh, they maybe want to use her as a
noble, like, in... to get into the government.
And
that might be why they're not 100% like lying about it, but I still think Amir's pretty dumb for trusting them right now.
Yeah, maybe
like,
Amir
with no
is
more
trusting
information
them, or
than they're
Amir's
willing to give up.
On.
You know,
maybe Amir's leading them on.
Yeah,
I don't know,
maybe
because
like maybe she's like acting like she's gonna trust them. She's like, if they're stupid enough to let me come on their side, then I'm gonna stab them in the back as soon as I get the chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
It's possible.
Yeah, very possible. But
she just doesn't want to end up looking like a traitor to the army and end up getting killed by the army either.
Well,
that's gonna be bad for her.
Well, the thing is, if
she
Aaron
seems
was
pretty smart.
Well,
like,
yeah,
so
she
that's
does.
why I'm like, why the fuck are you falling for this? And I'm pretty suspicious that she actually is falling for it. Maybe not that she's doing her own ruse or something.
I don't know. There's a whole lot of there's, like I said, whole lot of unanswered questions.
The season's actually asked twice as many questions as it's answered so far.
Yeah,
so.
but in some ways that's a good thing, because as long as we maintain interest in how the hell this is all going on.
My whole thing is like, as long as you eventually answer most of these.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Like,
I'm
don't quit halfway through and leave me being like
I want some answers.
Yeah,
I need me some answers. In which we've only got, I think, we got 4 more episodes this season, then we're moving on to season 3. And from what a lot of people are saying about season 3 is it's honestly one of the best seasons of anime since the first one.
Cool.
And not that I'm disappointed with this season. Yeah. I like this season a lot. It's added a lot of mystery and a lot of allure to it.
Yeah.
That I think...
I don't agree with the initial criticisms that you were telling me that people have with it so far.
No, I don't either, because when you flesh out the characters around them... Because that was my problem mainly with a lot of the people who died in the first season. We knew they were cannon fodder. Like Levi's crew.
To an extent, and still it made you kind of wonder if... Like, when Levi's crew got killed, I was pretty fucking upset about it. Like, and the same thing with some of the earlier characters, too.
But you got to think about this.
The show does a good job of not building people up really far, but still making you be like, oh, that sucks whenever they die.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. I got invested in those characters because I like those characters.
Yeah.
But we only knew them for 1, maximum 3, maybe 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Now, imagine going through an entire season of Amir's backstory. You know, we see Amir's backstory. We see her interactions with Krista. We see her interactions with everybody. And then, all of a sudden, we think everything's good. Amir's going to come back to Krista. Everything's going to be happy, hunky-dory. And then all of a sudden Amir gets her head cut off.
Game of Thrones shit happens.
Well, not just some Game of Thrones shit.
Early Game of Thrones shit, anyways.
Well, no, I'm talking like fucking what's the some oh, I hate saying this. It's like some wash shit from Serenity.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I still don't entirely acknowledge that happens.
No, and a lot of people don't. Joss Whedon says it was
like
a mistake.
I do, but I don't.
Joss Whedon himself has said it's a mistake.
Yeah.
But, alright, we're ranting and raving.
And spoiling shit that we're not talking about right now. But
the only way we're going to truly know what
like I said, I still have a suspicion that, like, they only killed so many people in the first season just to give a idea of how, like, dangerous and shit that the Titans were. And they haven't killed anybody in this season, so... I'm halfway...
No, they killed that one guy. They killed the guy who was supposedly
nobody that was established.
Well, that's
from the first season. Like, they established all of the main characters.
Well,
and none of
those
other
people were established. Well, especially Levi's crew. We knew them for 1 episode.
Yeah, but there were a lot of people that were semi-established that did die in the first season.
I know that. Yeah, a lot of the people they went through training with. That was pretty harsh.
But I'm still waiting on the possibility of them dropping a bomb and like killing off some people we really like that have been around since the beginning. Like in the season, true. That would be crazy. But that was the thing. This had like a reputation for like so many people die in the show. Like, don't get attached to anybody, basically.
Yeah, which I understand because first season alone accounted for a shit ton of deaths.
Yeah.
But Anyway, we're going to move on from this. We're going to keep going. The only way we're going to find out more is if we answer some of the questions by us keeping on watching.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Renegades React. This was Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 9, Opening. So, if you want to see more, feel free to click the link down below in the description to go to our Patreon, where you can support us, and where you can watch the full unedited versions of not only this, but also One Punch Man, My Hero Academia, Cowboy Bebop, the whole works. Everything that we've got will be at your disposal, and even our past shows, and even previous films. Like, we have a whole docket full of stuff for people to watch. I actually counted it today. We have 100 total episodes of stuff on our Patreon that you can watch uncut.
We even have some stuff planned you don't even know about yet.
Exactamundo. And yeah, that's going to do it for now, ladies and gentlemen. So until then, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you later, everybody. Peace out.